right. Let's give it a little bit of time to get a few people in. What is this? Okay, just waiting for people to join. We will start Instagram once I get some people on Facebook because Instagram cuts out after. Hey, Cindy. All right, we'll give it a few minutes. I don't know how many. It's gonna give it a few minutes. Let some people roll in here. Hey, Mike. Just give it, what is it, 5:01? We'll start in just a second. If any of you had your Instagram up simultaneously, I am going to be streaming on Instagram. Instagram has a 60-minute limit, so after an hour of streaming, it completely cuts off. So I'm going to start that in just a second. I was just giving a minute so some people can join and get ready. All right, so a few things, as always. Please modify your practice any way you feel like you need to. If you need to take a break, do a push-up on your knees or something, your chaturanga, you want to cut that out and go straight to down dog. Make this your own. This is your practice. Also, too, don't mind the dogs that will probably be coming in and out, or we might have to be pushing out of frame at times. They're cute, though, so it'll be great. Hopefully everyone's doing well, staying safe, staying at home, staying sanitized, keeping their distance. And hopefully this will bring a little sanity to anyone that may be experiencing cabin fever. Well, hopefully you can do some yoga with us and, yeah, take your mind off of it for a moment. So give me 1 second, Facebook people. I apparently have no service on my Instagram. Okay, there it is. Now it's working. Great. Okay. So, let's, now that I moved my camera all around. Okay. So, we are going to start, as we usually do, comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, legs crossed. Feel that line coming up your spine, out the top of your head, cobra. Palms on your knees facing up if you'd like a little bit more grounding. Palms facing down if you'd like, down if you'd like some more grounding. She's going to have to get out of here to try. Palms facing up if you'd like a little bit more energy. Okay. Take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale through our mouth. Again, take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale through our mouth. Okay, let's seal our lips. Start to connect to our Ujjayi breath, our practice breath, which you will use throughout the whole class. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. It is an audible sound, kind of like the ocean. It's a deep inhale and exhale, and you want to count how long you're inhaling for and try to match that with your exhale. So if you're inhaling for 3 seconds or 4 seconds, try to exhale for the same amount of time. So while you guys do that, I'm just going to bring this little one up. I'm sorry. One more breath. Start to slowly blink your eyes open. Okay. So let's come into tabletop position. do we'll do 3 cat-cows here. So on an inhale, bring your chest forward, roll your shoulders back. And exhale, round and dome your back for cat. Again, inhale, come forward, roll your shoulders back. And exhale, round and dome your back. One more time to cow. And exhale to cat. Really press the tops of your feet and the palms of your hand into the mat. Any wiggles are welcome. Little wiggles. Okay, come back to a neutral spine. We'll lift our right leg, followed by our left hand, so opposite leg and hand. We're going to reach forward, and then exhale, knee to nose, round and dome that back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. And we'll come into lion's pose, so bend your back knee. Reach back with your right hand. Grab the inside of your foot and kick into your hand. Release your hand and knee down to the mat. We'll take that on our other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Bend your back knee, reach back with your right hand, grab your foot. Gently kick into your hand. Tummies are tight. Exhale, release your hand and knee down to the mat. Okay? Next we are going to turn. So we're going to stay in tabletop position. So before for cat-cow, our palms are facing forward. So we're going to actually turn our hands. So if you start by bringing your hands out, so fingertips out to the side, don't go in, go out. And try to go one more. Now if this is too deep for you, and this is all you can get to, that's perfect. You can stay there. If not, try to make it so the eye of your elbow is facing forward. We're going to do 3 cat-cows again. It's going to feel a little different. This one's a little harder. Inhale, come forward for cow, arching the back. Exhale, round and dome for cat. Again to cow. Exhale, round and dome your back for cat. One more time for cow. And then back to cat. Okay, let's bring our hands back around. Shake our wrists out a little bit. And then let's come up onto our knees. So we're going to do a little side stretch here. Right arm comes down to our right thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Reach down the length of your thigh. Maybe your hand even comes down onto the floor. Rolling that shoulder back, rotating your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise. We'll cactus our arms. Now we're going to push our hips forward, okay? So as I cactus and squeeze my shoulder blades together, I'm lifting up through my chest and I'm pushing my hips forward. So it's bringing my shoulder blades together, and this is enabling me to do a little back bend. Inhale, rise. Take this on our other side. Left hand down to the left thigh, right arm comes up and over. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Inhale, rise. Let's cactus our arms again, doing another little back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to your side. Okay, so we're going to sit between our legs, all right? So I'm actually going to, for me, I like to roll my calves out and then take a seat. So I'm sitting in between my feet here. Okay. So make sure your knees aren't too wide open. Try to keep those pretty parallel and closed. So each time we do this, you are going to now put your hands onto the mat, lift your hips and tuck, and then maybe you come back onto your forearms. Maybe we stay here, maybe we go a little deeper. Each time you lift and tuck your tailbone, maybe you even come all the way down. If this was pretty easy for you to get into this position, you can bring your arms up overhead. You can also still be on your forearms, or maxes, or on your hands. Slowly and carefully start to make your way back up. Come up onto your forearms, crawl up onto your hands. Bring our hands onto the mat. Lift up to a brief tabletop. And actually, you can swing your legs around and take a seat. Let's bring your feet in front of you parallel. We're going to do a reverse tabletop here. So my hands are going to come behind me. I have my fingertips facing behind me. And then I'm going to press my hands and feet and lift my hips for reverse tabletop. Maybe even drop the head and neck behind you. Lift those hips nice and high, really pressing your hands into the mat, pushing into your shoulders. Slowly bring your head back up and release your butt down to the mat. Okay. So let's come into a brief tabletop again. Going to tuck our toes, lift our hips, and come into our first downward facing dog. Since it is our first down dog, pedal out your heels. Maybe bend into your knees, straighten your legs back out. Remember, we are internally rotating. So internally rotating my biceps, pressing through each finger mound and all of my hands into the mat, really pressing through my shoulders, not slumping in, I'm pushing, almost like I'm pushing the mat away from me. Heels can be slightly up, or maybe your feet are planted, hips are high, holding in our tummies. We're going to inhale, right leg lift. We're going to bend our right knee, stack and open our hip, try to keep our shoulders squared off. Maybe we rotate our ankle, maybe we rotate our knee, or maybe we rotate our whole leg in a circle, warming up our hip flexor. Straighten your right leg back out, square your hips off, and bring your right foot down to the mat. We'll take this on our other side. Left leg lifts. Bend your left knee, stack, and open your hip. Whatever you did on your right, do so on your left. Balance. Square your hips off, straighten your right leg back out, and bring your left foot down to the mat. More breathing. The bottom of your exhale, look between your hands. You can walk your feet, step your feet, or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, excuse me, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to your side. Let's try Namaskar A. Inhale, our arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, half push-up, elbows tucked in. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Breathing. The bottom of your exhale, look between your hands. Walk your feet, step your feet, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Gently press your right hand into the mat and bend into your right knee. Now, if you are not able to press your hand into the mat, you can simply take your hand and press it to the interior of your calf, kind of near your ankle or whatever the height may be. So it's kind of like pressing to help rotate and open your chest. Make sure you have that bend in the right knee. Or maybe you're down here. And we gaze up at that left hand. Exhale your left hand down to the mat. We'll take this on our opposite side. Bend into the left knee. Press your left hand either into the side of your leg, the interior side of your left leg, or down onto the mat and inhale your right arm up. Exhale your right hand down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. The bottom of your exhale, look between your hands. Walk, step, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. If you're wondering how to hop to the front of your mat, look between your hands. Come up onto your tippy toes. Bend deep into your knees. My tummy is on the top of my thighs. I'm on my tippy toes, and then you spring forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold if you just sprung forward. Inhale, root to rise if you're not already there. Exhale, hands to your side. Cute. Okay, so you're in Namaskar B. So let's bring our feet together. Big toes to touch. We're going to inhale, sit back, sweep our arms up for chair. Look down, make sure you can see your toes. Bend deep, sit back nice and deep. Should be able to wiggle the toes, weights in your heels. Slight posterior tilt. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to chaturanga or hop. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Pivot your back foot, heel down, 45-degree angle. Rise to warrior one. Now warrior one, hips are squared off. Left back foot's a little off to the side, heel is down. I'm not open in warrior two, my hips are square and facing forward. Generous bend in the front knee, knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Pivot up onto the toes of the left foot. Step your right foot back to high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward. In between your hands, pivot your back foot. Rise to warrior one. Again, the hips are squared off. Heel is down on my back foot. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Exhale for one. Exhale for two. Exhale for 3. The bottom of your exhale, look between your hands. Walk, step, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Make sure your feet are together. Sit back, sweep your arms up for chair. Rise, exhale, hands to your side. Great. So we're going to take that one again, but we're going to add on a little bit. So, feet together. Sit back, sweep your arms up for chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Rise to warrior 1. Okay, now, from here, you have 2 options. When we fold to step our right foot back, you can either bring your hands down, you'll pivot up onto your left toes, and you can do a simple hop switch. So I'm just going to hop my right leg back and switch with my left, like that, and then I can step back, flow through my vinyasa, and start on my left side. Or you can, and it doesn't matter if handstand is not in your practice, you can kick up into handstand or float up. You can hold it for as long as you'd like, 1 or 2 breaths if it's in your practice and you have handstand. Then you'll float down into chaturanga. If not, and you're like, what is she talking about? Heck no, I don't do handstand. You can still attempt it. You can still shift your weight. So I'm here. I bring my hands down. I'm going to lift my left leg. And maybe you just do one of these and you switch your legs. Maybe you attempt it. Or maybe you go up and you hold it. Or how I like to do it, I'm here. We can all do this together. Either your jump switch or your attempt on the handstand hop. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Up. And slowly come down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Rise to warrior 1 on your left side. And now you'll have the opportunity to try it again. Your version of a handstand, or maybe just switch. We don't always get it every time. Maybe you jump like that. Or maybe you jump like this, and then you just step back and you flow through your vinyasa. Remember, this is your practice. Please make it your own. Don't push your body too hard. Have fun. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Try to tap the outside of your right arm. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to left tricep, crossing underneath. While you're crossed, straighten your right leg out. Option to float your foot, like Max is doing, or you plant your heel, press into your right hand, lift your hips and your left arm for broken triangle. Or you could have that right foot lifted if you want a little extra. From here, we're going to come to side plank. Left hand down. Knee to chest for a moment. Shift over onto the pinky toe edge of my left foot. Stack my hips. Lift my hips, stack my feet. You can be tightrope style. You can have a knee down. You can have your top leg lifted like Max. Maybe your feet are stacked. Exhale your right hand down to the mat. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to right tricep, crossing underneath. Straighten the left leg out. Either lift the heel or plant the heel. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Left knee to chest. Roll onto the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Lift your hips, either tightrope style with your feet next to each other. Stacking your feet. Maybe there's a knee down. Maybe your back leg is lifted, like Max. Or maybe you're just normal Vashisthasana side plank, like myself. Exhale your left hand down to the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog, or come into a child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. It's a good time to take a sip of water. Wipe your face off if you're sweating with your towel. Just take a moment before we move on and we start really flowing again. Your forehead is down in your child's pose. You can roll over your third eye, rolling your forehead back and forth. Okay. If you're in child's pose, you can start to make your way to downward facing dog, and we will move on. Tucking my toes, lifting my hips. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Rise to crescent lunge. So I'm on the toes of my left foot. My heel is up. Hips are forward and squared off. Slight posterior tilt, little tuck. Tummy's tight. From here, we are going to twist our right arm behind us and twist to the right 3 times. So we're going to exhale, twist. Inhale, forward. Again, exhale, twist. Inhale, forward. One more time. Exhale, twist. While we're twisted, we're going to reverse. So right hand's going to come down to my left leg. Left hand comes high. Rise. Inhale your right arm back to crescent lunge. And then we're going to exhale our left hand down to the mat and open our chest to the right. We're breathing. We're going to inhale, rise back to crescent lunge. I am going to pivot my back foot and drop my heel and open into warrior 2. Going from this to twisting my back foot, and now I'm in warrior 2. So, my knee is stacked on top of my ankle. My back foot is completely pressed into the mat. Pinky toe edge is pressed completely into the mat. Generous bend. We're breathing. Nice breath, Max. We're here in warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand comes down my left leg or around my back, reaching for my front thigh for a bind. Inhale, slowly rise back to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg out. We're setting up for Trikonasana triangle pose. So I'm gonna reach out and exhale my right hand down to my ankle, my shin, or you could free float it, or if you're super flexible and open, maybe your right hand is down onto the mat. Wherever it is, we are going to look down, and you're gonna start by bringing your left shoulder back and stacking it, opening your chest, lifting your left hand, and then maybe you lift your gaze up to that left hand. Try not to stick the left butt cheek out. Try to tuck your hips and keep your hips stacked so it feels like my left is stacked on top of my right. Inhale, slowly rise. Bend back into your front leg. Back to warrior two. Setting up here for side angle pose. So for side angle pose, you have two options with your right arm. You can either reach forward, bend your right elbow, rest it on your thigh. Inhale the left arm up and over, gazes up, past that left bicep. Or, this isn't doing it for you and you're a little bit more open, maybe you reach out, bring that right hand down to the inside or outside. I prefer the inside of your right foot. Inhale the left arm up and over. From here, we're going to come into a balancing posture of half moon. So, you're going to look down and look forward. I'm looking in front of my right foot. I personally like to first kind of push forward off my back foot and get onto my toes. And then I'm going to lift up, keep the bend in your standing leg the entire time. Now your right hand can be down on the floor. I imagine everybody's will, but you're going to shift forward, bring your right hand down, open to the left. So my left hip is stacked on top of my right hip. I'm not down in warrior three, I'm open. I don't expect anyone to look up at that hand. It'll be pretty hard, you'll lose balance. So maybe you come up onto your fingertips. Nice bend in the standing leg. Maybe you can even lift up into half moon pose. This is one of those poses that looks very easy. It's a lot harder when you try it though. So from here, we're going to gently and carefully step our left foot to the back of the mat, rising back into warrior two. I'm going to cartwheel our arms down. Step your right foot back. Always do one leg. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, we need to do all of that on our left side now. So, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Rise to crescent lunge. So again, I'm up on my back toes. Side posterior tilt, hips are squared off. We're breathing. Again, we're going to twist to the left with our left hand. And exhale, left hand, twist. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, rest. One more time, exhale, twist. Going to reverse. Doesn't have to be deep. Left hand on the back of my right leg. Inhale, rise. Twist back to the front. And then exhale your right hand down onto the mat. Open your chest towards the left. We're breathing. Inhale, rise back to crescent lunge. And I'm going to pivot my back foot, plant my heel, and open to warrior two on our left side. Pinky toe edge of my back right foot is down. Generous bend in that front knee. Gaze is forward. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, rise. Straighten your front leg out, setting up for triangle pose on our left side. So we are going to reach out. Bring your left hand down to your ankle. Left hand down to your ankle, chin, or maybe you're free floating. With this too, again, you want to make sure you're not sticking the butt cheek out. You want to tuck, rotate, and open that chest up towards the ceiling. Gaze is up at that top hand. Very nice. Inhale, slowly rise. Setting up for side angle pose on our left side. So whatever you did with your right arm the first time, if you rested it, and do so with your left. If not, brought it down and bring your left hand down to the mat. Either way, we're both going to be inhaling our right arm up and over. From here, we are going to come into half moon on our left side. So again, you want to look forward. I like to kind of half do my press forward and come up onto the toes of my back foot. Generous bend, chest is open towards the right. Shift forward and lift your back leg. Hips are stacked. Gaze is down, nice bend in the front leg. Hand can be down on the mat. Maybe the fingertips. Maybe they're floating. Slowly and carefully and gently step your right foot to the back of your mat. Rise to warrior two. Cartwheel your arms forward, step your left foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, so before we talked about hopping forward. So you look between your hands and make sure you're not too wide. Shorten your dog a little if you'd like. Look between your hands, come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, sit back, and then spring forward. So this time, we are going to spring forward, and instead of hopping our feet in between our hands, we're going to hop them to the outside, on the edge of each of our mats, coming to Malasana. So it'll look something like this. Kind of like a frog. You can get fancy with it. Okay, so hopefully we all did it. Hopefully it worked. If it didn't, it's okay. It doesn't have to always work. So we are in Malasana squat, hands at heart center. We're going to walk our right hand out in front of our right knee and inhale our left arm up. Option to take a bind, reaching around the top of your knee and binding your hands together, clasping them together. Gaze is up at that ceiling, over that left shoulder. You have the bind, release it. Hands back to heart center. We'll take this on our opposite side. Walk our left hand out in front of our left knee. Inhale our right arm up. You bound on one side, then go for the bind again on this side. Sometimes we can't bind on both sides. Grab the vine, release it. Hands back to heart center. Let's press our hands into the mat. Slowly and carefully lift your hips. Maybe wiggle them out a little bit. Bend into your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to your side. Okay. So we're going to come back into chair pose. Feet together. Sit back, sweep your arms up for chair. Again, make sure you can see your toes. Wiggle them. Okay, we're going to bring our hands together at heart center. We're going to prayer twist to our right. Bring our left elbow on the outside of our right thigh and opening our chest up towards the right. Try to gaze over that back shoulder. Sitting back nice and deep. Okay, from here, you can see Max's side view. I'm going to turn. Keeping the twist and keeping the chest open towards the right, but turn your head and look down, okay? Start to come onto the toes of your left foot. Try to keep your knees together. Lift the left leg out. Then bend into the left knee. Keeping the twist, gaze is forward and down. The chest is open towards the right. Come into twisted warrior three. Gently step your left foot to the back of the mat. Just going to inch forward. And now you're in twisted high lunge. If you need to redo your prayer twist, please do so. Inhale back to crescent lunge. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Bend your knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to your side. Okay. Got one more side to do with that. Then maybe we get to sit down. All right. Feet together. Sit back, sweep your arms up for chair. Hands at heart center, prayer twisting to our left. Right elbow, bending nice and deep, sitting back. Right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Opening our chest towards the left. Again, as we keep our chest twisted, we look down. First, we come onto the toes of the right foot. Then we lift the right leg out. Flex foot. And we're going to bend into our right knee. Slowly and carefully, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Or actually lift it, first. Pause for a moment in twisted warrior three. Then carefully and gently step your right foot to the back of your mat. Prayer twisting and high lunge on our left side. Back to crescent. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back into high plank. Slowly release all the way down onto our tummies. Yay. Okay. So, let's bring our legs together. Bring our arms on either side of our body, palms facing up. You're going to come into locust pose. So, on an inhale, we're going to lift our feet, lift our legs and knees and thighs, lift our chest and arms for locust pose. the back of the neck straight, so head is kind of down. Not down, but gazing down. Exhale, release your body down. Turn your head to one side. Next, we'll come into Dhanurasana, bow pose. So, legs together. We're going to bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles. If this is not accessible for you, you can do bow pose again. So just keep your legs and arms straight. Locust pose, excuse me. Either way, you're going to lift your legs, kick into your feet and hands, lift your chest for bow pose, Dhanurasana. Exhale, release down, turn your head to the opposite side. Let's bring our arms forward. Coming in to Sphinx pose. It is an active pose, so I'm pressing my forearms into the mat. I'm not slinking down into my shoulders, pressing them into the mat, lifting my chest. I'm going to bring my right hand in about 45 degrees. Bend my left knee, reach back with my left hand for the inside. And then I'm going to work on bringing my right foot forward. Release your right foot. Back to Sphinx, and then we turn our left hand in 45 degrees, bend into our right leg, reach back for the inside of our right foot, and then work on bringing our right foot forward. We're almost there. That glass of wine or beer after this would be great. Okay, release the right foot. Let's bring our hands back into our low ribs. Gonna press up into child's pose for a moment. And then we're going to lift up. And no fancy way about it, just bring your legs forward and take a seat. Okay, I always gotta get my Navasana bow pose in. A little bit of core work. Feet together, parallel in front of you. Lift your legs. Bring your arms out, squeeze your abs. You can stay here with your knees bent, or if it does not compromise the pose and you do not drop down, you can straighten your legs out. Squeeze your abs and breathe for Navasana bow pose. Ardha, half boat, shoulders off the floor, feet off the floor. Back up to boat. Exhale, release your feet down. Good job, guys. Straighten our legs out in front of us, setting up for Paschimottanasana. Sitting up nice and straight. Flex feet. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, fold forward, reaching for your shins, ankles, or feet. Whatever you reached for, drop the head and neck, relax your face, relax the back of your neck. Inhale, slowly rise. Keep your left leg straight. Actually, no. Open your legs out into a straddle, wide-legged. Okay, just gonna inch forward. And then you're gonna walk your hands out in front of you. So maybe you're just like this. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. Maybe you're super flexible and you can, what they call pancake, and you can drop your chest down. Try to keep your toes facing up. Try not to fall down. Inhale, slowly rise. Let's bring your right hand down to the inside of your right leg. Inhale your left arm up and reach towards your right foot. Inhale, rise. Take this on our other side, left arm, down into the inside of your left leg. Inhale that right arm up and reach. Inhale, slowly rise. Bat our legs together. Bring the soles of our feet together. Sitting up nice and tall, lift your chest, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise. Okay. Bring our knees together, plant our feet. We're going to release down onto our backs. Once you do come down, keep your knees bent. We're going to set up for bridge pose here. So for bridge pose, make sure you can reach down and touch the backs of your heels. You don't want to be too far away. So scoot your booty down. Make sure you can reach the backs of your heels. So we are going to come into bridge. So we're going to lift our hips, tuck our shoulders, clasp our hands together, press them into the mat. I like to retuck my shoulders, lift your hips nice and high. Exhale, release your hips down. Okay, so you have the option to take bridge again, or you can come into full wheel. So for full wheel, I'm going to turn around this way. I'm set up like bridge. I'm really close to the backs of my heels. Max here is doing bridge again. I'm going to do full wheel. My fingertips facing my shoulders, hands on either side of my head. Elbows in, not wide. Pressing my hands and feet into the mat, lifting my hips for a full wheel. Now I'd say if you've never done this, maybe don't attempt it while you're home, especially if you're alone. I would say do this in a yoga class. If it's in your practice, then feel free to do it. Wherever you are in bridge or wheel, slowly release down to the mat. All right, let's bring our knees into our chest and give them a tight squeeze. We've done a lot of work and we should be feeling super proud of ourselves. bend back along the length of your spine. And then roll across the length of your spine, maybe circling your knees. Let's bring our legs up, cross our right over our left, and bend our knees. So my legs are crossed and bent. Arms come to a T, legs fall over to my left side. Gaze is going to go over to my right hand. So my knees are one way, I'm looking the other way. Bring our knees into our chest, straighten our legs back out, cross our left over our right, and then let our legs fall over to our right side. I'm looking over to my left hand. My eyes are closed. Bring our knees into our chest, unwrap our legs, give them a tight squeeze one more time. Maybe come into happy baby. Knees on the outside of your ribs, reaching to the outside of your feet, rocking like a baby. And then we'll make our way to our final resting pose of Shavasana. Releasing our bodies into the mat, releasing the practice breath, letting our feet splay out and our fingertips curl in, completely melting into the mat, clearing our minds. It's your time to meditate in Shavasana. Start to invite a deeper breath into your body. Start to invite movement, wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, reaching your arms up overhead for a big good morning stretch. From there, bring your knees into your chest and roll into the fetal position on one side. And pause for a moment there, reflecting on the symbolic nature of being reborn from corpse pose into the fetal position. When you're ready, press up with your top hand. Meet me in a comfortable cross-legged position. With your eyes closed and your hands together at heart center. Thank you all for being here virtually tonight, doing your part, staying home and quarantining. Thank you for carving out this little time for yourself and showing up tonight on your mat and honoring yourself. The light in me sees, honors, and humbly bows to the light inside each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Good job, Matt. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this class. Thank you all for joining in. I'm just gonna crawl my way up here. Thank you guys all for tuning in and doing some yoga and doing it for yourself, and keeps us a little sane. If you're getting some cabin fever, and it's really good for your body to be moving, especially if you're sitting on the couch and like binge watching, like I know a lot of us are. It's really good to get your body up from that, stretch out, you'll get better sleep. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your weekend. We're gonna go head to the dog park. Peace and love, stay well. I will see you guys all soon. Thank you all so much for being here.